Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Science. So today your activity is going to consist mainly of utilizing this PowerPoint and Edublogs. So today you'll notice on several of the slides when you see the little like speaker megaphone with the little lines coming off of it, I've read something or I've given you a little piece of information, and I've done that. So there's one on this page. I've given you one here. And so I've kind of read through your instructions. And so it's really important that you listen to those audio recordings. Sorry, couldn't think of the word, from me. And same here. I've given you another audio recording to just walk you through so you can listen and read at the same time. So once you have completed your task, which is located back here under specialized senses, please don't just skip right to this. Make sure you start off here, listen to my audio, go to the next slide, listen to my audio, and so on and so forth. At the end of your page here, you have a click here link that you're going to need to utilize and follow your instructions. That's going to be part 1. Part 2 is you're going to be choosing some organisms to create a blog post on. So what I decided to do was hopefully ease you into that by making my own. So I chose 3 examples for you, and these 3 animals are not located on your PowerPoint. So I went through and I took the mantis shrimp. The mantis shrimp's sense or ability that it has is it has this amazing visual system, and it's the best in the animal kingdom. It actually, the way it can bend light with its eyes, it's called polarized light, which is a hard thing for me to understand. But the way I understood it is that they're able to kind of make themselves invisible in that way. So talk about a superpower for their sense is they can use this circular polarization in order to help them catch their prey. And the other thing that makes them pretty incredible is that they can sense light depth on one eye and independently move the other eye. Crazy. The jewel beetle, its super sense, as I like to call it, is that it can smell burning pine trees 10 miles away. And the fact that humans can only detect the smell of something burning only hundreds of feet away is pretty incredible. And part of the reason for this is because it helps them develop, oh my goodness, see, I'm trying to read and talk to you at the same time, and now Loki's chewing on a bone in the background. Jeez. So that it develops this character first for food gathering. It is ensuring its mating process, and it also securing the health of their eggs laid in pine trees. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a perfect segue here into what you'll hear when we're going over your blog post expectations in a little bit. And then I chose the owl. And the fact that the owl's hearing and capability is incredible and helps them locate prey. Some even do it without being able to see anything at night. They're doing it strictly off of just sound. I actually had a lot of fun reading up and learning more about owls. So with your activity, you're choosing 8 animals initially to start. All of that is going to be in my instructions to you. Please make sure you're listening to the audio on the PowerPoint. And then next, you are going to narrow it down to 3 in order to create a blog post. So just a reminder with Edublogs, your username for most of you is your first name, last initial, 2027. There are several of you that ended up doing your first name and the word Eagles afterward. And then your password should be capital E, lowercase agles, and your lunch code. So we're going to work on creating your blog post. So we're going to make sure we say new and make sure we're saying post and not pages. So new post. And this is where I've really asked that you really work on coming up with a creative title. So something that's really going to hook your readers and tell them about what they're going to be reading. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, it should not just be animals, sensory receptors, and processing information. One, that's a mouthful. Two, that's our title of today's activity. So I want you to come up with something creative. The other thing that we're going to work on is creating subtitles. And this is where in your blog post, what's kind of cool is that in that paragraph section right underneath add media, this is where you can choose, say, heading 2, it's going to make it a bigger font. So subtitle 1. And then underneath it, it'll change it back to paragraph and you can start. I know you guys can read that so well. It's so creative. And then you can do the same thing again, heading 2, subtitle 2. And then I'm going to change it one more time to subtitle 3. Now, yours, instead of saying subtitle 1, 2, and 3, will actually have something creative. Like, for instance, knowing that mantis shrimp is able to do that polarizing, the circular polarized light, I could come up with something like superheroes. Who needs them when you are a mantis shrimp? I can come up with something that is creative to get you ready to kind of ease your way into what you're going to learn about in your paragraph. So up next, I'm going to talk more about what your blog post needs. As you're working today, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I am so excited to see how this turns out. Do not forget, when you're finished, it's very important that over to the right, mine is going to be orange because of my colors of my blog. You're going to choose publish and you're going to let it publish. And then you're going to come over here and click permalink. It's going to show you what everybody else is going to see. And then you're going to want to click the URL and copy your URL. That is what you're going to turn in. But you have to ensure that your blog post is published and that you are copying this. After you click the permalink, you're copying the link up here in the URL. Have a great day today. I look forward to hearing from you guys during our Zoom meetings today. We'll just check in and make sure you guys are doing okay. And if you have any questions, I can't wait to see. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wednesday and your science final product for today. So today, you guys are going to be creating a blog post all about some different animals and their amazing sensory abilities and what those abilities do to help them survive. So for your blog post, I had way too much fun making this, by the way. It was a blast. So with your blog post, you're going to be choosing 3 of the animals that you're going to see today, and you're going to create a blog to share with us what senses that they have and how those help them survive. I'm going to be telling you guys about this in just a little bit. In fact, probably prior to this, if I think about it now. But these are the 3 that I chose, which are not one of your animals. And so that way we can actually go over it together and you have an idea of what it can look like. And we're going to set up your blog together so you can see an example. So with your blog, I will have your expectations posted as a checklist that you can download and you can just cross off via the strike through or highlight when you have it done to ensure that you have everything. You don't have to print this off. So we're really going to work on, and one of our goals with this is I really want you to focus on creatively thinking about your the title for your blog. So thinking about how does what you're titling your blog help excite readers and also tell us a little bit about what's in your blog post. And then you are going to have 3 subtitles. In almost all of our blogs, we've only had paragraphs. And instead, we're going to be creating some subtitles for each animal to kind of break it apart a little bit and make it look more like an article. You're going to have a minimum of 3 photos. So I highly suggest like you can do more than that, especially if you want to do one of your animal like close up, but then maybe one of your animal in its habitat and environment. That would be a great way to help because you're going to be sharing information about their environment and habitat. You're going to give a short description of the specialized sense, which that's what you're reading about today. It's going to be your job to turn it into your own words. So make it sound like you. You already have the information there. You may need to do a little extra research, especially for this information about the environment or their habitat. But you already have a lot about their information about their sense already. And then you need to basically hit hard with why they have that sense. What is the purpose? How does it help them survive in their environment? Because the way we process information and the senses that we have, they help us survive in our environment. Why are animals different? What about their sense is helping them survive? So I will have your checklist posted for you. I'm really excited to see your creativity and what you come up with for your blog posts. And I'm going to be telling you a little bit more. You will have a PowerPoint today that actually has me talking to you on certain slides, and we'll go over that. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to see what you guys turn in.